Making headlines this hour. PSM launches a national telethon to raise funds for Sri Lanka, where communities are reeling from the devastation caused by Cyclone Ditwa. Sri Lanka's High Commissioner to the Maldives, Muhammad Rizvi Hassan, publicly expresses profound gratitude for Maldivian assistance following the devastating Cyclone Ditwa. And Japan formally transfers an 82-foot patrol vessel to the Maldives Customs Service, a gift intended to strengthen surveillance and management across the nation's international ports.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to PSM News in English with me, Dham Naeem. President Dr. Mohamed Moise appoints 5 members to the Tax Appeal Tribunal. The 5 members had been approved by the Parliament last week. 5 members appointed to the Tax Appeal Tribunal are Hassan Nasih Mohammed, Usama Musa, Aishat Isha, Shifza Abdul Qayyum and Ahmad Yamin. The 5 members were appointed to the Tax Appeal Tribunal on 29th November following the expiration of the 10 years of the previous members. President Dr. Mohamed Moise arrives to the United Kingdom at the invitation of King Charles III to attend a high-level briefing on private capital mobilization convened under the Sustainable Markets Initiative. The President's office said in a statement that the briefing will bring together heads of multilateral development banks and senior leaders of major financial institutions. The agenda is expected to focus on mobilizing private capital to accelerate sustainable development and to support global climate transitions through strengthened international cooperation. Upon arrival at London Heathrow Airport, the President was received by a representative from a royal palace, Mr. Simon Owens, Deputy Lieutenant for the London Borough of Harrow, and Her Excellency Irtisham Adam, High Commissioner of the Republic of Maldives to the United Kingdom. The Sustainable Markets Initiative, established under the vision and leadership of King Charles, has emerged as a platform for galvanizing private sector actions on sustainability. It convenes chief executives and international decision makers to embed sustainability as a central priority of economic activity. The initiative's stated objective is to guide the private sector toward a long-term environmentally responsible growth aligned with national climate commitments and the 1.5C pathway. Public Service Media PSM launches a national telethon to raise funds for Sri Lanka, where communities are reeling from the devastation caused by Cyclone Ditwa.
The broadcast began with the participation of 37 media outlets, providing Maldivians across the country with the opportunity to contribute to relief efforts. Sri Lanka is confronting severe flooding and destruction after days of heavy rains linked to the cyclone's passage. Authorities report that the death toll has surpassed 159, with another 200 people missing. PSM announced the initiative on Saturday, describing it as an urgent response to the unfolding crisis. In its statement, the broadcast underscored the historically close relationship between the Maldives and Sri Lanka, noting that the latter is not only a neighbor but also home to one of the largest populations of Maldivians living abroad. The organization highlighted that these ties make it imperative to extend every possible form of assistance to Sri Lankans during this period of hardship. To reinforce the effort, PSM invited all media outlets in the country to join the telethon. The fundraising drive is open to the entire Maldivian public, including individuals, associations, community groups, clubs and government offices. Information on how donations can be made is being shared throughout the broadcast. PSM appointed Crowe Maldives as the official audit firm for its charity drive supporting Sri Lanka, a move intended to ensure transparency and reinforce public confidence. The broadcaster said the engagement of an independent auditor was essential to guarantee that all funds reached their intended recipients. Aishat Asifa, PSM's Director for Projects, Land and Business, noted that the process must be conducted with complete openness. PSM Deputy Managing Director Yamin Rashid urged citizens to participate, noting that Maldivians stand alongside the people of Sri Lanka in this time of need. Fundraising measures include the establishment of a dedicated bank account, the placement of physical fund boxes across Male, and the introduction of a QR code system to facilitate deposits. Care Maldives, part of the global network with experience auditing disaster relief initiatives, confirmed that the assignment is being undertaken as part of its corporate social responsibility.
Sri Lanka's High Commissioner to the Maldives, Mohammad Rizvi Hassan, publicly expresses profound gratitude for Maldivian assistance following the devastating cyclone Ditwa, stating that the Maldives was the very first country to respond to Sri Lanka's request for aid.
High Commissioner Rizvi made the remarks while speaking at a fundraising telethon for Sri Lanka, an ongoing media-backed initiative by PSM aimed at raising funds to help the victims displaced by the heavy damage caused by the cyclone. Highlighting the strong bilateral ties, the High Commissioner emphasized that the Maldives has always been the quickest to express solidarity with Sri Lanka during the times of crisis. He specifically thanked the government and the people for their swift action and cooperation. High Commissioner Rizvi also highlighted that under the direction of the Maldivian President, the Foreign Ministry swiftly announced plans to provide both financial resources and aid aimed at immediately securing the safety and basic needs of the affected Sri Lankan population. He underscored that the brotherly relations between the two countries are unwavering. Given their shared environmental vulnerability, he stressed that the future agenda must include joint efforts on the international stage to combat climate change and raise awareness of environmental dangers among developed countries.
The Maldives High Commission in Sri Lanka confirms it has provided a critical assistance to two Maldivian nationals, a mother and her child, who were caught in an area in Sri Lanka severely affected by recent landslides and flooding.
The High Commission told PSM News that the pair reside in the Malabar district, an area situated on riverbanks heavily impacted by the adverse weather conditions, have now been evacuated from the area and are receiving all necessary support. The High Commission stated it is closely monitoring the evolving situation across Sri Lanka following the devastating cyclone Ditwa, including extensive landslides and widespread flooding. Assistance efforts are being provided without interruption to the Maldivians in need. In light of the ongoing crisis, the High Commission has urged all Maldivian citizens residing in or visiting Sri Lanka to heed the advice and directives issued by Sri Lankan government and relevant local authorities. Additionally, a dedicated hotline has been established for those requiring urgent assistance, 947888 Maldivian travellers are also advised to closely monitor flight schedules and travel information as cancellations and changes have been reported due to the prevailing weather conditions.
Japan formally transfers an 82-foot patrol vessel to the Maldives Customs Service, a strategic gift intended to strengthen surveillance and management across the nation's international ports. Provided under the Japanese government's Economic Cooperation Grant Act, the vessel reflects Tokyo's commitment to maritime security and its deepening partnership with Mali. The handover ceremony was held on 27 November at the Customs building in the capital, attended by senior officials and diplomats. Ali Hassan, Minister of Homeland Security and Technology, presided as guest of honor and accepted the vessel on behalf of the Maldivian government. Ishigami Rumiko, Japan's ambassador to the Maldives, formally presented the vessel during the proceedings. Operational responsibility will be shared between the Maldives Customs Service and the Maldives National Defense Force, Coast Guard, requiring close coordination between the two agencies. Training programs conducted in both Japan and Maldives prepared 23 customs officers for deployment, ensuring operational readiness. Following the ceremony, Minister Hassan, Ambassador Rumiko, and senior officials, including Commissioner General Fatmat Diana, visited the Male Commercial Harbour, where the vessel is docked. The delegation carried out a detailed inspection of the vessel. We will be back after a short break.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت محمدًا الوسيلة والفضيلة والدرجة الرفيعة وابعثه مقامًا محمودًا الذي وعدته وارزقنا شفاعته برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.
ಮೆದುವಹಕು ಅಗ್ಗಡಿ ತಿರಿಹುಗ PSM ನ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್
Welcome back. You're watching PSM News in English. The Maldives and Thailand formalizes a landmark agreement to dramatically enhance sports relations and cooperation, signaling a deeper commitment to bilateral ties between the two nations.
The signing ceremony held on 27 November at the Ministry of Sports in Bangkok establishes a framework for extensive collaboration in athletic development, training and infrastructure. The accord was signed by Minister of Sports, Fitness and Recreation Abdullah Rafiu on behalf of the Maldivian government and Thailand's Minister of Tourism and Sports Artakon Srilatthakgeon. The high-level ceremony was also attended by Maldives Ambassador to Thailand Fuad Taufiq, alongside senior officials from the Thai Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Department of Physical Education, the National Sports University and the Sports Authority of Thailand. The agreement's primary objective is to strengthen bilateral relations through mutual cooperation focusing on the training and development of sports personnel across various disciplines. Key activities outlined in the pact include the exchange of athletes and coaching staff, implementation of comprehensive sports, training and youth development programs, and support to development of sports facilities and infrastructure in the Maldives. Under the agreement, specialized assistance will be channeled to Maldives through key Thai government institutions, including the Department of Physical Education, the Sports Authority of Thailand and the National Sports University. During the exchange of views at the ceremony, Minister Artakon Srilatthakgeon noted that the significance of international sporting events in fostering regional unity. He highlighted Thailand's upcoming role as the host of the 33rd SEA Games and the 13th Asian Para Games, tournaments aimed at further strengthening friendship and relations among member states. Both governments expressed strong belief that newly signed agreement will serve as a catalyst for promoting lasting friendship and unity between the people of Maldives and Thailand.
The Institute of Chartered Accountants of the Maldives, CA Maldives, concludes its annual International Financial Reporting Standards IFRS Forum at the Villa Nautica Resort.
Convened immediately after the Asian Oceanian Standard Setters Group's annual meeting, the forum was intended to strengthen IFRS expertise among accountants and finance professionals. More than 200 participants from the financial sector attended. Muhammad Hussain Manik, Chief Executive Officer of the Capital Market Development Authority, opened the sessions. Dr. Andres Barkov, Chair of the International Accounting Standards Board IASB, joined as a special guest accompanied by IASB technical experts and over 25 senior officials from international standard-setting bodies. Organized under the theme Clarity, Consistency and Sustainability, the program focused on preparing participants to meet modern financial challenges and address persistent reporting issues. CA Maldives President Muhammad Halim Abdullah highlighted the importance of producing financial reports that conform to international standards. He noted that although IFRS is often associated with large corporations, its relevance is equally critical for smaller nations such as the Maldives. With the economy closely tied to tourism, he said compliance must be treated as a priority. Abdullah added that government-owned companies must also maintain strong reporting systems, stressing that international partners assess trust in Maldivian businesses through the transparency of their publicly disclosed financial statements.
Tesla opens its all-in-one center in India's Gurgaon city, with Haryana State Chief Nayab Singh Saini attending the inauguration ceremony.
The company's India head said Tesla's low running costs, including maintenance and fuel, can help Indian buyers to recoup about one-third of the Model Y's $67,000 price tag over 4 to 5 years. Tesla entered India in July with its imported Model Y priced at a significant markup to its other major markets because of India's 100% import tariff. Tesla is targeting a niche electric vehicle market in India that accounts for about 5% of overall sales in the world's third largest car market. Analysts estimate that the majority of cars sold in India are priced below $22,000. Since starting deliveries in September, Tesla has sold just over 100 Model Ys in India based on Indian government registration data.
U.S. military aircraft were active at the former Roosevelt Roads Naval Base in Puerto Rico.
Reuters video showed personnel unloading equipment from cargo planes as the United States increased pressure on Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro's government. At the site, there were sightings of a CH-53E Super Stallion helicopter, 3 MV-22 Osprey aircrafts, while a U.S. Coast Guard helicopter surrounded the facility, which has become a key hub for regional operations. US President Donald Trump said on Saturday, November 29, the airspace above and surrounding Venezuela should be considered closed in its entirety, but gave no further details. US officials contacted by Reuters were surprised by Trump's announcement and unaware of any ongoing US military operations to enforce a closure of Venezuelan airspace. The Pentagon did not respond to requests for comment, and the White House did not provide any further explanation. Construction activity at the former Roosevelt Roads Naval Base in Puerto Rico, shuttered by the Navy more than 20 years ago, was underway on September 17 when crews began clearing and repaving taxiways leading to the runway. One US official said until the Navy withdrew from the facility in 2004, Roosevelt Roads was one of the biggest US naval stations in the world. The base occupies a strategic location and offers a large amount of space for gathering equipment.
Egypt and Japan is crowned champions at the Red Bull Half-Court World Finals that unfolded beneath the iconic Museum of the Future in Dubai.
Egypt secured the men's title after the high-octane final against North Macedonia with a commanding 21-12 victory. In the women's category, Japan edged Egypt 9-8 in a tactical thriller, marking Japan's third Red Bull Half-Court title since 2022. Japan's Kiri Endo claimed the women's FILA MVP honours, while Egypt's Mohamed Taha bagged the men's MVP trophy. Thousands packed the Jumeirah Emirates Towers Plaza, where the Museum of Future served as a breathtaking backdrop for 2 intense days of 3v3 basketball action, with 30 teams from 18 countries battled in front of a sold-out crowd on a stunning, fully interactive LED court, pushing the limits of creativity, speed and street style.
Pompeii's ancient Roman frescoes, shattered and buried for centuries, gets a second life thanks to a pioneering robotic system designed to support archaeologists in one of their most painstaking tasks, reassembling fragment artifacts.
The technology, developed under an EU-funded project called REPAIR, combines advanced image recognition, AI-driven puzzle solving and ultra-precise robotic hands to accelerate traditionally slow and often frustrating restoration work. Launched in 2021 and coordinated by Venice's Ca' Foscari University, the robotic project showcased in Pompeii brought together international research teams that use the archaeological site as their testing ground. The robot uses twin arms equipped with flexible hands in 2 sizes and vision sensors to identify, grip and assemble fragments without damaging their delicate surfaces. The once thriving cities of Pompeii near Naples and its surrounding countryside were submerged by volcanic ash when Mount Vesuvius exploded in AD 79. Researchers focused on some of the most iconic frescoes preserved in a fragmentary state in Pompeii's storerooms, creating artificial replicas during the testing phase to avoid risking the original pieces. While the robotics team worked on designing and building the system, experts in artificial intelligence and machine learning developed algorithms to reconstruct the frescoes, matching colors and patterns that may not be visible to the human eye. Experts say that the task is similar to solving a giant jigsaw puzzle, with extra difficulties such as missing pieces and no reference image of the final result.
Very often, these fresco fragments come from different frescoes. Because if a room collapses, and maybe there are frescoes on the walls or on the ceiling, you have all the pieces that are mixed up. It's like you buy 4 or 5 boxes of jigsaw puzzles, you mix everything together, then you throw away the boxes, and then you try to solve 4 or 5 puzzles at the same time.
Researchers believe the technology could transform restoration practices worldwide. However, according to Zuk Trijul, this turning point will not spell the end of archaeology as a profession.
That concludes news for now. Thank you for watching PSM News. Have a good day.